Hey, this is Mitch from Castro Valley Fitness. Welcome to another of our Friday workouts. Today's going to be a little different, a little weird. Don't need any weights, don't need any bands. All we need is a nice towel, okay? So this is just, a nice bath towel. Get something fairly sturdy, fairly long, so you can do some different things with it. So we're going to be working on a lot of what we call isometric holds. So when you just have a position and you're just kind of holding against tension, that's what was called isometrics. What isometrics are really good for is a couple things. We use them in these different ways. So the first thing is building strength in a very, very specific range of motion. Obviously, you're not moving. You're just kind of holding that tension. So you're kind of building strength in that single position. The other thing, and this is the way we use it most of the time, is to develop a feel. Okay, so you want to use a very specific muscle in a very specific way. So you want to develop the feel for that and getting better at developing that. So commonly for us, that's going to be a lot of hips and a lot of kind of shoulders and shoulder blades to be exact. So when we do some of these exercises, we're going to talk through that, okay? So when you are doing an isometric hold, it's really important that you're giving it everything you have. Like if I'm on one of the exercises, we're going to do a pull apart. I'm not just kind of holding the towel here. I'm really giving it everything I have. So when you're doing an isometric hold, that's very important, or else you're just kind of hanging out and standing around and holding a towel in your hand, which is nice if you're just leaving a pool, but that's not what we're doing. So we're going to go through everything we got today. We're going to start with what we call a towel squat. So a couple different ways we can do this. First way is we're going to hold the towel above our head. Now when we do this, we're going to get, again, into that isometric position. What I want you to do is I don't want you to be shredding that towel up here. I want you to almost pull the towel apart behind you. So you see it's kind of behind me and my head is here. I do not want to be in this position here. I want to be nice and tall. So before I even bring that towel up, I'm going to get nice and tall, pull my head back a little bit, find a spot, and then just bring the towel up here. What I don't want to have happen is I'm here and then I do this. Do not want that. So nice and tall. That's really important because if that head dips forward, suddenly you're using your neck and your traps and you're not using these shoulder blade muscles, which is really what we want to use here. So I'm kind of pulling against those shoulder blade muscles there. Get my foot in a nice squat position. Again, head nice and tall. I'm finding a spot just ahead, just at eye level, and I'm going to keep looking at that right there. Okay, now you might, I'm pretty good at these, you might, if you have some shoulder issues, you might not be able to go very deep on these. That's fine, go as deep as you can. The limiting factor is going to be your shoulder position, not your hips, your knees, your legs, or whatever, okay? So make sure you're staying nice and tall. If you feel your head start to dip or your vision changes, that means you're losing your position. Don't go that deep, okay? So those are towel squats. After that, we're going to go T pull-aparts. So what we're going to do there, towel pull-aparts, excuse me. We're going to make sure your feet are pointing straight ahead. That's very important on these. We're going to hold the towel at arm's length, hands just outside your shoulders, and all I'm going to do is pull that towel apart, again, using my shoulder blades. I do not want to do this. I want to stay nice and tall, pull using my shoulder blades, and release. I'm going to hold for about 5 seconds, or I like to actually think of it in terms of breath. So I'm going to go one good breath, release. One good exhale, release, okay? So those are towel pull-aparts. And the other thing that's really important to understand when we're taking those breaths, when you really exhale forcefully through your belly, it's going to help settle your shoulders back and down, which is where the muscles that we want to use. So if you're doing those and you're feeling it up here or here, then you're not really opening up. You're kind of actually turtling up, which is not what we want to do. Okay, so after that, we're going to go glute march with a pullover. So what we're going to do here for glute march is what we want is, first step, bring the hips up. Now, the crucial thing on glute marches is to make sure the hips stay here. So I'm going to be doing some different things with my arms and legs, but I'm not going to concentrate on those. I'm going to concentrate on keeping my hips level and at this plane. So I'm not going to drop them, and I'm not going to go side to side. So I'm going to keep a little bit of tension. So again, pulling that, feeling my shoulder blades, and I'm just going to pick up one leg at a time, nice and slow. Okay? Again, when I pick up this knee, I'm not thinking about this knee. I'm actually thinking about this hip. Because what I don't want to have happen is this. Or this. Nothing like that. I'm going to pick up this knee and I'm going to concentrate on that right there. And then as I'm doing that, When I pick up this knee, I'm going to bring the towel back and forth, same time. But again, I'm concentrating on the opposite hip and holding that level and at the same place, okay? So I don't want that dipping. So that's the glute march with the Pullaparts. After that, we're going to go, gotta get back down. Hip extensions with a towel iso hold. So this setup's going to be a little different. We're going to be still on the floor. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the towel, I'm going to wrap it around my legs underneath, and I'm going to pull, get my knees at about my hip width, and I'm just going to pull. I'm not going to use the towel to pull my knees together. I'm going to keep this distance, and I'm going to keep pushing out against the towel, but keeping the tension on the towel so that I can't go much higher, and I'm going to do some hip extensions from there. Okay, again, keeping that tension on the towel with my hands, pulling that towel tight, and then pushing out against the towel with my knees. Okay, so those are the towels, the hip extensions with the towel iso hold. After that, we're going to go split stance curl hold. So I'm going to grab the towel palms up. I'm going to get the towel under one leg, get in this position right here. So I'll show you this from the side. What I want to make sure is that this is about 90 degrees with the ground. I don't want to be dipping forward. I'm going to use this to almost do a curl. So as I curl this way with the towel, obviously not going to move, I'm just in the demonstration. I'm going to push into the floor with my feet as I curl with my arms. Curl, push. Again, holding for that one good breath. Okay? So I'll do those and then I'll switch. All right, and then I'm going to finish up. The last exercise I'm going to do is a towel deadlift hold. So what I'm going to do, I'm now going to get the towel under both feet, and I'm going to get down into this position like the bottom of a deadlift. I'm going to push my feet into the floor, keep my chest up, my shoulders tight behind me. Keep that breathing going. When I'm doing this, I'm feeling a lot of tension in my legs, a lot of tension in my hips, and a lot of tension in my core. Core, upper back, building a lot of tension through there, and that's what we want to do, okay? And again, keep that breathing going as you're doing that. So that's what we have today. A lot of good stuff. Very different. Those the isometric holds you're going to find feel a lot different than your kind of normal movements, and it is something that we want to throw in every once in a while. So if you have any questions, you can look in the notes to let you know how many reps of everything to do. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.